You know, just like trying to suck my dick and shit, like, well, fuck that school, school's trash. Yeah, I just did some shit with Juicy J actually. And like, oh, fuck you, Pouya, you didn't drop Southside Suicide too. Well, no. Yo, what's up? It's your boy Pouya, and this is the interview for Fast Food Music.
You often talk about anxiety in your music and on social media. Can you describe how you go through it step by step?
That's a pretty good question. It's kind of hard to answer because it's been like my whole life. But like, I feel like these days I just kind of, like if I wake up and I'm not feeling too good, I just kind of, like, it's hard to explain really. Like if I wake up and like I feel like I'm having a panic attack, there's so many things that I have to do. Like I have to get up, like drink some water, try to eat breakfast, like call my friends, call my girlfriend, call my mom, dad, like try to calm down. Sometimes I just like stay in my room and never leave, which is kind of bad. I'm trying not to do that. I'm not really like an outgoing person. I'm trying to be though. So, cause it kind of helps to like go outside and do things. So I've been doing that. And I recently started playing soccer, so that's kind of helped me a little bit. I like playing soccer. Yeah, I've been playing soccer recently, so that's kind of something I've been doing. But like my anxiety's so bad that I don't like to be alone.
And as I know, you even dropped out of school because of anxiety?
Yeah, I dropped out of school like in 10th grade because I was like having so much bad anxiety, and at the time I didn't really know what it was. And like, I used to stay in the bathroom in school and skip class. Oh. And then when I got a car, I was like 16 years old. Yeah. Like my dad got me this like little like Honda Civic that my dad got for me. Like it was like $500 to get that car. I would just like skip school, like tell my parents I was going to school, but I would just like, I remember like hanging out in parking lots by myself. Oh. Like literally going to sleep because I was like, I had a lot of bad anxiety. I was scared to go to school. I just like stayed home, slept, and stayed in my car, slept. But that was like back in the day. Like now it's a little different. Like now, like I could deal with it a little better than I used to. I just don't like to be alone. Like if I'm alone, my anxiety is really high. Like I don't travel alone. I usually travel with like my friends, my girlfriend. Like I'd never done a tour without my like family, like my brother or my girlfriend. Like I don't tour.
And they help you with that?
Yeah, it helps me cope.
Yeah. And have you ever visited your school after you became famous?
Have I ever? Yeah, I visited my school one time to take a picture of me standing in front of the school, and then we photoshopped the school burning down. Oh yeah. If that counts. Yeah. That's the only other time I've ever visited that school. Fuck that school. That school's trash. Okay,
let's talk about your relationships with Coco. It seems you have a very intimate, close relationship with her. How did you manage to get this type of relationship in your life? And because all rappers want different, lifestyle.
Yeah. Well, I was lucky enough to have a friend that introduced me to her, and this was like a long time ago before I was like popular and stuff. So it was really cool to know that she like cared about me because of me and not like because of the other bullshit that people think is so cool, like money and fame or whatever the fuck these sheeple think is cool. She liked me before that shit, so that's why.
It's actually a little bit strange to see you with a girlfriend after, your lyrics, previous lyrics, like.
Yeah.
And nowadays people often tell that SoundCloud rappers, it's like, that term is something like people don't like SoundCloud rappers. But it seems that, you're proud of it.
Yeah, I am proud of it.
You're getting money from it. Yeah. And can you please remember the most expensive thing you've bought from your SoundCloud career? Yeah,
I mean like all the chains I have, my car, like basically like my Porsche, like.
Yeah.
I don't really I don't want to say I don't care about those things because that would be a lie. I do care about nice things, like, but it's not really what's important. Like it's not what's most important, but it's good to have. It's good that SoundCloud and SoundCloud like gave me a
platform.
A platform, yeah, that was the word I was looking for. Thank you. Like a platform, in order to make music. Yeah. So, even if I'm not making music, even if I'm not making money off of SoundCloud, in turn I am because it built me a fan base. So like, if I'm touring the world, I'm not making money off of SoundCloud, but I actually am, because I wouldn't be touring the world if I didn't make music on SoundCloud, because that's what gave me this huge fan base. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you're one of the veteran like of this scene, this whole SoundCloud scene. And how was it feeling when back in the days, in the like Rider Clan era, back in the days? What did you think about all the popularity you're gaining? You're just starting to gain. You were so young. Like the Get Back days.
Fucking, I'm bucking, the haters be ducking, cause you know I'm busting and fucking it up. I don't give a fuck, I'm spitting these words and these lyrics all up in the rush. I got a crush on the paper stacks, get on my cash and get from my ass. Told that bitch to kiss my ass, she a hoe so I pass her ass.
Those days were really fun. Like, I honestly think those days were more fun, like when I was like trying to like come up and just like working with everybody around me, like hustling like hard. I was like grinding hard, waking up like early in the morning, going to sleep super late. Like, I used to drive, I live in Miami, in Kendall, and my boy Denzel Curry, that's who I started rapping with, Denzel Curry, Nell.
He's actually coming to Moscow next month.
Yeah, he's the best, man. That guy is a super legend, man. One of my dearest friends. I love him so much. And this was like way back in the day when I was just a fan of him. This was like 2011, 12. I would drive to Carroll City to go see him, to like try to work with him, or like shoot videos for him and do this and that. And then I met Nell, and then I met Space Ghost Perp, Rob Banks, this and that. And in that era, it was like the underground was like being created. Like everything you see today in the underground, like from like Lil Peep, rest in peace, you know, X, rest in peace, Ski Mask, and like all these rappers, like they will tell you like they were like inspired by us like back in the day, like, and they're like they're doing like so good now. It's so nice to see. But yeah, like those Raider Clan days really like inspired me and inspired the whole culture.
And it's not a big secret that you're a fan of Outkast and Bone Thugs and Harmony. Can you remember the last time somebody's music influenced you?
Oh yeah, I've been real influenced by, well, like my career, I was really influenced by like Bone Thugs and Harmony and Outkast, of course. Like I really wanted to have that like nice fast flow because of Bone Thugs and Harmony, and that's why I called myself Baby Bone when I first started, because like I just love Bone Thugs so much. And then Outkast is just like my favorite duo of all time.
And your legendary t-shirt too.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude, I have that, I've worn that like every day for the last like 5 years. My girlfriend gave me that t-shirt.
It's dope.
Yeah, it's super sick. But like today, I'm just inspired by like my friends, really, like the Suicide Boys, Ghostmane, like.
But you recorded like a song with Juicy J.
Down the fuck you tryna cuff my nigga, look. Hey, you trip, this ain't no robbery, but my bitch is stuck up. Hey, she bad as fuck, wet like what's in my cup. She the quicker, pick her up, I'm loving the way she suck. Hey.
Yeah, I just did some shit with Juicy J actually. He's on my next album or mixtape. I don't know if it's gonna be an album or a mixtape, but I did a song with Juicy J, and that's like super cool because that's somebody that like I was inspired by him growing up. And when I was a little kid, I used to listen to 3 6 Mafia and Juicy J and Project Pat. And now that I'm in the rap game, Juicy J reached down to me and was like, "Hey, I want to do a song with you." And I was like, "This is amazing! Like, Juicy J wants to do a song with me. This is fantastic! Like, it's crazy. I never thought growing up that I would do a song with somebody that I grew up listening to. You know,
a legend.
So that's like one of the top 5 moments in my whole entire life, really.
Okay, so back in the days, on your older projects like Stan, Southside Slugs, you had a lot of dirty, nasty lyrics.
Yeah.
And 5-5 is a more mature album.
Yeah.
You touch like a lot of themes that you haven't touched on before.
Yeah,
yeah. And you've already told that your next mixtape is going to be even better, like an album. Why? I have heard the snippet about your dead friends.
It's hard to feel alive. It's easy to want to die. It's hard to look at my reflection. Easy to grip that Smith and Wesson. Easy to fuck that bitch, no question. Easy to get my dick wrong. It's easy to get real pissed off. It's hard to quit my day job.
Can you describe what can we like be awaited from?
My new music is like, my whole career I rap about what's real to me and like what's in my life. So like when I first started, like the Stunna and Southside Slugs days, like I was a single man. I was a kid, and I was just very reckless, doing crazy shit, like getting in trouble, just doing dumb shit, like, you know, doing the bitches, the hoes, the money, all that shit. Like, I was doing that shit when I was real young, and then I was just making songs about it. And then, you know, fast forward, I got a little more mature. I met a woman in my life that's helped me a lot as a person, as a human being. And I just started rapping about that and rapping about like anxiety and depression and like real life issues that a lot of kids can relate to. And my new stuff is really just rapping about like, it's been like a tough year for the whole underground with losing X and Peep and then losing Mac Miller as well. So my new music is a lot about that. Just like being in this world without Lil Peep and without X, which are two really good friends of mine, people that I miss a lot. Yeah, my new music's really like, a lot of songs are about that and just about like how tough it's been.
Okay,
so,
talking about Peep, X, and Mac Miller.
Yeah.
Can you remember like the first time you've met them and maybe tell an interesting story about?
Yeah, I met Lil Peep at my friend Trap's house at the studio, and
Miami?
no, this was in Los Angeles.
Oh.
Trying to remember. Yeah, we were just all there. I was with Fat Nick and Lil Peep was there, and he was just like, we were just chilling, and he told me he's a big fan of me.
Oh.
And I told him I'm a fan of his, and this was like a few years ago. And he was just a really nice guy. He was like the best spirit to be around, very positive vibes. He's a very, very, very good person, and just was, I don't know, it was awesome, man. He was just in the studio with us, and we weren't even making any music. We were just like hanging out, just like smoking some weed, whatever. Not me, but them. And we were just hanging out. We were playing dice on the floor. He's a good guy. Yeah, super good guy. And then X, I met X, I was on a tour with the Suicide Boys in 2015. And X came to he came to one of the shows and he's like, yo, can I tag along on the tour? I was like, yeah, for sure. Like we were in a little bus, like a Sprinter. He's like, can I tag along? It was like him and Craig Zen. Yeah. And I think Wi-Fi's funeral, if I'm not mistaken. And I met him and I remember meeting X and just thinking, this guy's fucking crazy. He's crazy. Like this was 2015, he was just like reckless, like on stage, fucking shit up. Super cool dude too, but he was just like fucking shit up, throwing shit. He was my type of guy, I liked it. I was like, this guy's fucking like crazy. And I liked the shows, like, and yeah, we were just on stage together for a few shows. He just came, he didn't even like perform really, he was just like on stage with us. She keep me in like bro. Diamonds don't wanna be fresh. I give her this, yeah, man. She put her tin on my dick. Look at my wrist about that. He was really, really chill. Cool guy.
And I really wanted to ask you about this. Do you play poker on professional level?
I don't play poker as a professional. Yeah. But I've played poker with professionals, and I feel like I can hang with them. I've played with like the top-notch poker pros. Like I have a lot of friends that are poker players, and that's what they do for a living. And I just play for fun. I mean, I play the big games, like the big high-limit games that they play, like 10,000 USD minimum to buy in. Like I play that shit.
You've streamed it recently.
I streamed it. I played with Adam 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played it from No Jumper. I played with him. And then all the other guys on the tables are professional players. It's just like one of my hobbies. I really enjoy playing. Yeah, I play as much as I can. As much as I get the chance, I play.
And can you remember your like biggest win from it?
Oh yeah, my biggest win, I won, I was streaming it, but when the stream cut off, I won a huge pot. It was let me think. It was about $55,000.
Oh really?
Yeah, in the pot. Yeah, against my new friend Gall. Shout out to Gall. If you see this, I'm sorry, but he tried to bluff me, and I called and I won about $55,000. And poker's cool because it's like you play with people that you're friends with, and you could like one day he could win like $20,000 off of me, and the next day I can win $50,000 off of him, and we're still friends. Like we still hang out, we're still chilling. So it's a crazy game. I don't recommend it to people that don't have the funds for it.
Yeah.
I think you should, like, if you want to get into like playing poker, like you should definitely play at a level that you find suitable to your budget. You know
But
what I mean?
it could be hard.
But because it's like, I just play for fun, like, because I know if I play professionally, I'd go broke. You know, I'm a rapper. I'm not a poker player. But it's fun.
How did you overcome your fear of flying?
I didn't. I did not overcome my fear of flying. I just fucking do it.
You're still here.
I'm here finally after 6 years of trying to get out here. My fans have been trying to get me to come to Europe for like 6 years. I didn't overcome it. I just fucking do it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate every single flight. I have a flight tomorrow to Ukraine. I'm not excited about flying. The way I cope with it, because I wouldn't say I overcome it. There's a difference between overcoming something and coping with something.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I'll ever overcome anxiety or depression, but I think I'll figure out ways to cope and like different coping mechanisms. And like the coping mechanism that works for me when I go flying is I just fly with friends or fly with my girlfriend sitting next to me. I don't like to fly alone. I've never flown alone ever in my entire life. Maybe once, like for 2 hours to like New York from Miami, and it was like the worst time of my life, and I never told myself I'll never do it again. But I just do it that way. I just fly with my friends or my brother or my father sometimes. Like, it's just horrible. I just hate doing it. So, but that's my way of just getting it done with, you know.
With your work.
Yeah, it's worth it because I get to come out here. So.
Okay, and one of the most interesting questions for your followers, for our followers, what about Southside Suicide 2? Like
Southside Suicide 2, that's a good question. The reason it never went down, and I've explained this to a couple of fans online, but they don't seem to understand sometimes, because sometimes the fans are very harsh, and sometimes they could be mean.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, fuck you, Pouya, you didn't drop Southside Suicide 2. Well, no, we didn't work on it because I was busy working on my 5-5 album, and the Suicide Boys were working on their stuff. And there was a couple of beats that were sent to me, a couple of verses for Southside Suicide 2, and me and Ruby and Scream were talking about it, and we wanted to do it, but in the timeline that we were trying to do it, it just wasn't the right time. So it never happened. It hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
I don't know if it will ever happen.
But do you want this?
I would love to do it. I would love to do it. But I think I made the right decision because I wanted to make an album with just myself, because I've been in the game for a very, very long time, and I needed to make sure that my longevity was still intact. And I felt like if I was to stop everything I was doing and go to New Orleans to just do Southside Suicide 2, then maybe that my solo stuff would kind of, you know, fall apart. So I wanted to like work on myself before I go work on a collaboration project.
And was it hard for you working on 5-5?
No, it was easy. 5-5, working on that was super easy. I worked with Mikey the Magician, my longtime best friend and my longtime producer.
I've seen him too, actually.
Yeah, super, super nice dude. Like, there would be no Pouya without him. I say that all the time, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I really, really mean that. He's like, he changed my life. He's like, there's like 4 people in my life that changed my life forever, that I'm forever grateful for, that I owe everything to. And Mikey's the Magician is definitely one of them. It was super easy working with him because he's just like, me and him, we clicked together. And we're all friends, man. Me and the Suicide Boys and Mikey and Ghostman, like that's the thing about the underground scene, is that we're so close-knit. We're so close-knit. Not like these mainstream bullshit people that that they pay money to collaborate with each other, and they like, it's just like they're not really friends. They don't really love each other. They don't talk to each other.
You're down to earth.
We actually love each other. Like, we break down in front of each other. Like, we let everything out in front of each other, because that's who we are, and that's what the underground family is. And you know, that's why I love it.
5-5, I think Void is one of your best songs.
Yeah.
And you tweeted that you wanted to do a music video for it with Cole Bennett.
Yep.
Do you still have plans on it?
Dude, Cole Bennett is like one of the busiest persons I've ever met.
For real?
One of the busiest guys I've ever met. And so I respect that. But he came to me and he's like, hey, I would like to do a music video for you. I was like, oh, let's do Void. And he's down, he wants to do it. And I contacted him the other day. I'm like, hey, if you want to do it, let me know. So I kind of been like waiting, seeing if he'll do it. Hopefully he gets around to it. He's extremely busy, you know. I love that guy to death. He's a super cool dude, but I don't want to be like pushy, but I hope he gets around to doing it because he says he likes my music and he appreciates me, and I'm down to do it. So hopefully he gets it done.
Okay, and on the song 41, from your Underdog album, you talk about your future. You're like broke rapper, like your career is somewhere else. How do you see yourself in future, actually?
That's an interesting question because the reason I wrote that song, and I wrote that song in 2016, and I was 21 at the time. I just wrote that song like I was just probably having anxiety, thinking about my future, like thinking what it could be, and that's why the song's called 41, and it depicts like a negative life of like failure and being like a horrible fallen off rapper. Like that's why I wrote it, and that's like I don't necessarily believe that that's my future, but I just wanted to write a song about what my future could be if I like made the wrong moves or like if people stopped listening to me, because like I don't know if people are gonna still listen to me 20 years down the road, you know. Well, nothing is promised. So, but the way I see my future, dude, I don't even like to think about it because that shit gives me anxiety. That shit right there would probably give me a panic attack. Like I can't even see like 5 days into the future. Like I can't imagine 20 years. Like so much is gonna change. Like.
But still, it seems like you're doing good in life right now. You have a girlfriend, you know, you have money, everything, friends, and you still have anxiety. Like, it doesn't help at all. I mean, the popularity stuff.
I have a saying that I've been thinking about lately, and the reason why like money's okay because, like, I'd rather be sad on a boat than be sad in a broken down apartment. You know what I mean? Like, but it doesn't take it away. Like look at all these rich famous people that commit suicide or die or are addicted to drugs. Like money, I'd rather have money, obviously. Like I'm a human being. Like every human being would like to have, or at least most would like to have money to take care of themselves, to take care of their family, to buy nice things. You know what I mean? To like buy a house, buy a boat, whatever the fuck you want to do with your life. Or maybe give to other people that, like, that's what I plan to do more charitable things. Like XXXTentacion was doing many charitable things. He was one of the most charitable persons I've ever met. Like he's donated millions and millions and millions of dollars, and still people choose to focus on the negative because that's what the world is. You know, you do a billion nice things and you make a few mistakes in your life, or mistakes that people think you made that you didn't make, and then they crucify you for that shit. But you know, that's the world we live in.
Yeah. And recently you tweeted that rapping is getting boring for you.
Yeah.
Do you plan to do something else?
Dude, I kind of regret the shit I tweet. That's why I kind of want to delete my Twitter because I'm bipolar. Like I'm pretty bipolar. So like, I wake up and be like, man, fuck this, I don't want to rap no more. And then the next day I'll write a song and be like, oh, I love rapping. Like, it's not boring. Like, I kind of regret saying that. I don't think rapping's boring. I think I get bored at times when I'm writing a song and I'm like, dude, this song sucks. Like, I'm bored. Like, fuck this. Like, I don't even care about this song. The beat, I don't even like the beat anymore. And then like I end up recording the song and then I like it. And then I release it and everyone likes it and now I'm in a better mood. It's just kind of like that. It's just like that's kind of how I choose to live my life. I choose to live my life like an open book, like let my emotions out. Yeah. Like, so that's why I kind of regret what I tweet sometimes because like I'll tweet negative shit and then my fans will be like, what the fuck, you're rich, bro. Like, why you feel this way? And then I'm like, damn, well, I can't even say how I feel. Like, I'm sorry I feel this way. And then the next day I'll be like, hey guys, I'm in a good mood. Like, I want to make a song. But I think like most of the fans appreciate that because they're like, oh, I feel that way too sometimes, you know, so maybe they could relate, you know.
And do you have any plans on doing something else, maybe acting or something like that?
Yeah, hell yeah, man. I want to get into acting. Like, I feel like I want to get into like some comedy. I feel like I could be a funny guy at times. Like, I'm not always this depressed fucking, like, super negative person. Like, I'm a funny guy. all my friends think I'm funny. Like behind closed doors, I have like a lot of funny jokes that I haven't really gave to the world yet. But like me and Shakewell, my boy Shakewell, we're always like cracking up, saying funny shit. I don't know. I want to get into that, like acting. I want to learn how to sing. I don't know how to sing good. Like I really don't. So I'm gonna get like maybe like a vocal coach or like singing. I'm gonna go back to skateboarding. I like skateboarding. Really? Like I like playing poker.
I know you were skateboarding with Nick.
Yeah,
like
yeah. I used to skateboard. That's what that was my upbringing. That's what like kind of gave me my like whole style. Was kind of like came from the skateboarding era. Like I started skating at 13 years old. Oh. So that was my first true love. Was like skateboarding. That was my first hobby. That was my first sport. That was my first everything. And I kind of feel bad that I haven't skated as often as I used to. So I kind of like feel like an asshole. Like I should get back into skating. But it's pretty hard. The life I live. Like I'm in Moscow today, and then I'm in Ukraine tomorrow. Time. You know, it's hard to make time. But that's just probably me justifying it. It's an excuse. Like I can make time. You know. If it's something I love, I should make time for it. Like if there's something you like to do, you should always make time for it.
And the last question, your life drastically changed after you gained popularity and everything, and people started treating you differently.
Yeah.
Can you remember the situation that like enraged you the most out of all, like the shit you're talking about in the song Handshakes?
Yeah.
That people treat you differently.
Yeah. It's weird because like, when I was growing up, I wasn't that popular person. Yeah. Like, ever since I can remember, I had like 2 to 3 friends that I kept really close to me, and like nobody really paid attention to me. Like I didn't have no girls. Like no girls liked me. Like I was just like the little short kid in school. Like nobody bullied me though, cause I'm no bitch. You know what I mean? Like I'm no bitch. Like I don't give a fuck if I get my ass whooped or I whoop your ass. Like I'm still gonna. I was no bitch. Like I'm not about to let nobody punk me. I never let nobody punk me my entire life. But I was just like kind of like to myself, didn't really talk to nobody. And then I started becoming like famous or whatever the fuck. And then I see like girls coming out the woodworks, like girls that I went to school with or like homies I went to school with that are like, oh, what up, Pouya? Like, yo, I see you're doing good. Like, can I get a feature? Or like, oh, what's up? Like, can you put me down with this and that? Or like, you know, just like trying to suck my dick and shit, like. And it's like, well, like you weren't trying to suck my dick before, like when I was in fucking school, just chilling. But you can't really be mad at that because like I understand it. I don't do that to other people. Like I don't do that. There's people I look up to in my life that, like Big Boy. Like I met Big Boy from Outkast. That was like we talked on online. We talked online and. He like told me he likes my stuff or whatever, or I forget what he said, but and that was like me fanboying. I was like super cool, but I know how it is, so like I don't like to step on people's toes, you know what I mean? I want people to like realize that like I feel like famous people, artists, rappers, singers, whatever, like they respect people that treat them like actual people and not like a robot and not like some like walking halo like with a golden light around them, you know what I mean?
Something like that, right?
Like, there's an exception though. If it was like Michael Jackson or like Tupac or Biggie, like those are gods, you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want to be treated like a god, you know? That's just not, it's not who I am. I think I want to be treated like an actual person. Because I don't think fame, money makes you a better person.
Of course.
Just because more people know me than the average man. Yeah. There's people in this world that are better than me, trust me. There's probably people that rap better than me. There's people that do more charitable things than I do, and they're not known. But that, you know what I mean? So I just want to be treated like a normal person.
So thanks, bro.
Thanks, man.
That was a good talk.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Rest in peace, Lil Peep, and X, and Mac, and Jimmy Wapo, and Fredo, and everybody else. We love you.
Alive but not living, I'm trying to get with it. The size of my dick is not rising. I'm thinking of finding new women. The void that I'm feeling, the gaps that I'm bridging, the pistol I'm gripping got me thinking about the old times. How many rappers need a cosign? 24/7, I was always on the front line. Underground, underdog, cannot be